Hello, math kiddos. Today we are going to be reviewing Module 2, which is Lessons 2-1, which we already took a short assessment on. And then we are going to also be reviewing Sections 2.2 and 2.3, which was scientific notation with positive and negative exponents. And 2.4 was doing all of the operations with scientific notation. So we were adding, subtracting, multiplying, and dividing. So you might want to have handy for when we get to the review of the 2.4 to have a calculator handy. So if you do not have one handy right now, then just pause this video and go get the calculator that you're going to use. And remember that if you do not have a calculator, I do have the Scientific TI-84 calculator brought up. There's a link, so you can just click on that, and then it will bring you to a calculator, and that calculator will look something like this, okay? So that we can see scientific notation and do different things on that. So you're going to want a calculator handy here. So we are going to be continuing this right now and doing this review. All right, so here we go. Write in scientific notation. So remember, first rule, the number needs to be between 1 and 10. So when we look here, we're going to put the decimal right here between 3 and 6. So that number is bigger than 1 and less than 10. The second part of that rule is to write times 10, so the second step. Now, how many places did we move that decimal? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places, and that becomes your exponent. Now, do you notice I moved it 6 places to the right? This is a very big number, so that is a positive exponent. In number 2, the first thing we're going to do is put the decimal in, so it's going to be right here. So we have 4.89. Step 2 is going to write times 10. Now we need to figure out what this exponent is going to be. So start at the decimal you just put in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we went to the left, and this is a small number, so we have to have the negative exponent here. All right, so remember, as we go to each screen here, you want to stop the video right now and you want to try these two problems. So you want to practice them first, whether you do it on a piece of paper or however you're going to do it, and then restart the video so that you can hear the explanation of it. So make sure that you are practicing the problems and then getting the correct answer on how to do them. So we're going to write this next one in standard form. So we are going to be getting rid of the decimal and the times 10 to the 5th power. So this one we're going to have to move 1 place, and I'm going to the right because that is a positive, which means it's going to be a big number, and I get bigger to the right on my number line. So this is 1 place when I go beyond the 6. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We fill in the rest of the spaces with zeros, and then go ahead and put your comma in there to make it an appropriate number here to read. Number 4, that looks like a -6 exponent. Negative means we have a very small number, which means we are going to go to the left on our number line. So I need 1 place to get around the 5. And notice I'm writing it down here, so I went 1 place beyond the 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then put your decimal. Remember, as we are going negative, it is not going to be that we have 6 zeros. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros, which is always going to be 1 less than that exponent. All right, remember, pause the video, do these 2 questions, and then resume. So picking the bigger number. Well, when we're in scientific notation, remember what we're going to start off first is comparing our exponents, because that's place values. So that's the difference between 10 or 100 or sometimes 1,000. So in this case, these are off by 2 whole place values. So it'd be like comparing a 10 and 1,000. Okay, and the bigger number is the 11. So this is your bigger number. Okay, now we have to be careful on the negatives here. So we're going to compare -7 and -5. And remember, on a number line, the further left you go, the smaller the number. Okay, the further left you go, the smaller the number. So if we are at -7 compared to a -5, This one is the smaller number. This one is the larger number. So we are going to pick -5. This is the bigger number. All right, simplifying. So this is going back to lesson 2-1. We've already had an assessment on. So remember, anything to the 0 power is a 1. But don't forget, we always have to have 7 has what as an exponent? 7 has the exponent of 1. So this is going to be 7 times 1, which is just 7. In number 8, so please remember, try this before you actually start listening to the solutions here. So this exponent, please remember to put in this exponent just like I put it in on 7, so that we go 3 plus 5 plus 1, and we keep the base, add these exponents, so it looks like we get it to the 9th power. Number 9, please remember to bring this exponent into everything. So we're going to have 3 to the 2nd, then you have to bring this 2 into the x. So remember, we're going to multiply these exponents. So now 3 squared is 9, and we have x to the 14th. So if you go right to the answer, that's okay. All right, number 10 here. It looks like we've got some things are the same. So this end of the 4th and end of the 4th. Well, same thing on top, same thing on the bottom. So these are going to simplify to just 1. All right, so then we're going to talk about our q's here. Well, I have 5 q's on top, 2 q's on the bottom, or you guys could simply say that we're going to subtract those exponents. 5 minus 2 is 3. So we are going to have q to the 3rd power on top. And then we still have this p to the -2nd. So do mathematicians say that that exponent is simplified or not? Well, math people say that that -2 is not allowed and it's in the numerator. So to simplify it, we are going to put that in the bottom, the base of 2, of the base of p and the exponent of 2. All right, scientific notation. So put that decimal in, 4.28 times 10. Now how many places did I move it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I moved it 7 places. Is that a really big or a really small number? And because it's small, we're going to put in the negative sign. Number 12, put that decimal in where it goes, 6.75. Then write your times 10. Now, how many places do we move it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, does it stay a 9 or is it a negative exponent? Well, it's really big, so we're going to keep the positive 9 exponent. All right, standard form, so make sure you're giving these a try. Move the decimal 4 places to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Make sure you fill all of these in with 0, so it's 0.00017. All right, moving the decimal, this is a positive number, so we're going to go to the right. So 5, there's 1 place, 2 places, and then we're going to have to put 4 zeros after it. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Remember, we're filling in all of those spots with zeros. All right, now we get to the lesson that was the last one that we covered in 2-4. And this, remember, is where we can use our calculators here. So we can take 2.7 times 10 to the 8th and put that right in your calculator and add 3.6 times 10 to the 6th. So you can go right to your calculator here and put in those two numbers. So this is really good when you can have a split screen on your Chromebooks, and then you guys could have the numbers on one side and the calculator on the other, or if you have a handheld, this would work too. So I can't quite do a split screen on this one. So 2.7. Remember to get that scientific notation in. Those double E's are above the 7. So I hit the blue button and then EE, and that expression or that exponent was an 8. And I am adding to it 3.6 second EE, and I need that to the 6th power. And hit enter, and it does that for you. So I have 2.736, and that exponent is an 8. So this answer here is going to be 2.736 times 10 to the 8th power. Now remember, another way is we could change this up to the 8th, so times 10 to the 8th, so that got bigger by 2. This has to get smaller by 2, so 0.036. And if we add this number to the 2.7, that's where we get this, and then we keep the times 10 to the 8th. All right, so subtracting, same things. We need to have those exponents be the same if we're going to do it that way. So this would be times 10 to the 12th. And because that got bigger, this is going to get smaller. So now you could grab your calculator and simply do 8.61 minus 0.72. And that comes out to be 7.89 times 10, and keep that exponent. They're both 12s. Or could you simply just go to your calculator and put those numbers in here in the scientific notation and subtract the 2? So either way, it's going to work. All right, give this one a try. So make sure you're stopping, pausing your video. So how I like to do these is I like to take these multipliers, 3.8 times, see, I hit the wrong number here on my calculator, 3.8 times 5.9 on my calculator, and I get 2.42 times 10, and then I add these exponents. So 15 plus a -4 gives me 11. Now, is this in scientific notation? No. So I have to move this decimal one place, so that gets smaller. This has to get larger. So 2.242 times 10 to the 12th. Or can you guys just go to your calculator and plug this right in, and will it give you the correct answer? So let's go give that a try here quick. So we have 3.8 second EE to the power of 15, and we are multiplying 5.9 second EE to get that scientific notation in of a -4. And then just hit enter, and there's your answer. 2.42 times 10 to the 12th. 2.42 times 10 to the 12th, and that's what our final answer was here. All right, last problem in this review. So because this is division, I like to take this number divided by this number. So 6.28 divided by 2.6, and I get 2.41538. It goes on and on and on. So I'm just going to do 2.4 times 10. Now remember, we're going to subtract these exponents. So this is 13 minus 15 is a -2 exponent. Okay, 2.4 times 10. Or can you guys just go to your calculator and put this in and get an answer? Okay, so let's get that done. So we had 6.28 second EE to that power was what, a 13? And we are dividing by 2.6 second EE, and that power was 15, and then hit enter, and there we go. See how that decimal is super long there? So we can just write 2.4 times 10 to the -2nd. Remember that E means times 10 to the -2nd, which is what I got here. Well, that finishes the review for this. So now there is an assignment for you to do that is going to get us ready for the final Module 2 test. So good luck on your homework.